Good day and welcome to Mayor King's TV News. Now to begin the news, here are the headlines read by Timiela Emanuela. Oborevwori signs landmark electricity bill and 6 others into law. Okpanam youths, landlords and residents barricade Delta government's house over prolonged blackout. Oborevwori assures of safe and secure Delta as he swears in Oseji as new head of service. Ijaw storms INEC headquarters in Abuja to express gratitude for fair war delineation. On entertainment, NBC bans Idris Abdulkarim's anti-Tinubu song. On the business news, rain kicks as federal government plans solar panels import ban. On the foreign scene, Michelle Obama dismisses divorce rumors. Plus, South Africa unveils final squad ahead of Flying Eagles clash. Now the news in full. In a move poised to reshape Delta State economic and governance landscape, Governor Sheriff Oborevwori on Thursday signed into law 7 critical bills, including the much anticipated Delta State Electricity Power Sector Bill 2024. The governor hailed the electricity law as a game changer for the state's industrial ambitions. The new legislation provides a framework for the state to independently regulate and attract private investment into power generation, transmission, and distribution, an area long plagued by federal bottlenecks and unreliable supply. The electricity bill, championed under the administration's more agenda, signals a shift toward decentralization and energy autonomy. However, analysts stress that the law must be backed by clear regulatory guidelines, transparency in licensing, and a strategy to prevent political interference, a notorious pitfall in Nigeria's energy reforms. Also signed into law were the following bills: Delta State Physical and Regional Planning Bill 2024, Delta State Film and Video Censors Board Bill 2024, Registration and Regulation of Private Veterinary Clinics Amendment Law 2024, Child Rights Amendment Bill 2024, Delta State Pet Control and Responsible Ownership Bill 2024, Delta State College of Health Technology Oborevwori Bill 2024. Among the most socially impactful is the Child Rights Amendment Bill 2024, which prohibits the use of children as domestic help outside of their immediate family cycle and establishes a formal adoption service department within the Ministry of Women Affairs. Tension gripped Okpanam, the Delta State capital, as angry youths, residents, and landlords from Okpanam community in Oshimili North local government area of the state stormed and barricaded the entrance to the Delta State Government House, protesting weeks of total blackout in their area. Chanting solidarity songs and wielding placards with messages encrypted with "Government Authority, please help us." It was reported that the protests, which began in the early hours of Thursday, April 10, 2025, at Okpanam roundabout caused heavy gridlock along the popular Okpanam Road and major adjoining roads, disrupting official activities and delaying commuters stranded for hours. Despite repeated complaints and appeals to the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, BEDEC, and local authorities, residents say the power supply has remained non-existent, worsening their living conditions and crippling the local economy. Security operatives were swiftly deployed to the scene to maintain order, but the protests remained peaceful. In response to the peaceful staged by residents and youths of Okpanam over prolonged power outages, security concerns, and infrastructure neglect, the Delta State government has assured the community of swift intervention and sustainable solutions. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori on Thursday has assured Deltans and other residents of the state of his administration's commitment to a sustainably safe and secure Delta state. He said that security agencies in the state were making progress in the fight against kidnapping and other violent crimes through preventive strikes and other combat operations. Governor Oborevwori disclosed this at the swearing-in of the state head of service, Dr. Mrs. Mimi Oseji, and inauguration of Pastor Austin Igbine as chairman of the board of Delta Printing and Publishing Company, publishers of the Pointer newspaper at Government House, Asaba. While acknowledging that the challenges were enormous but surmountable, he said that the security agencies had been up and doing to ensure total security and safety. He described Dr. Oseji as a quintessential civil servant, polite and dedicated, adding that she brings to her new office decades of exceptional stewardship, exemplary leadership, and undiluted passion for excellence. Members of the Ijaw ethnic nationality in Warri on Thursday staged a solidarity rally in Abuja in support of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) over its delineation of the Warri Federal Constituency. The group commended INEC for what they described as a fair and lawful implementation of a Supreme Court judgment. Speaking during the rally at INEC headquarters, spokesman for the group, Chief David Reje, said the Ijaws have suffered from unfair ward allocation for over 29 years. He praised INEC for upholding the rule of law and ensuring due process in the delineation exercise. He dismissed claims that stakeholders were not consulted, noting that all ethnic groups participated actively in discussions held at Warri, Asaba, and other locations. He hailed the delineation as a step toward political freedom and identity for the Ijaw people. Now on entertainment news. The Nigerian government has banned singer Abdul Karim's Idris' new protest song titled Tell Your Papa. Announcing the ban on Thursday evening, the federal government, through the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC), stated that the song was inappropriate and offensive. In a memo signed by the Coordinating Director of Broadcasting Monitoring, Susan Obi, NBC directed Nigerian radio and television stations to refrain from airing the song. It was therefore classified as not to be broadcasted, as it violates Section 318 of the Nigerian Broadcasting Code. The content is considered inappropriate, offensive, and a breach in public decency. The song directly addresses President Tinubu's son, Sheyi Tinubu, urging him to speak to his father about the hardship faced by Nigerians. Now on entertainment news. The Renewable Energy Association of Nigeria has called on the federal government not to implement its plan to ban the importation of solar panels. The association, in a statement made available on Thursday, said that the move to ban solar imports in Nigeria is a decision that demands careful reconsideration. Recently, the Minister of Science and Technology, Oshimili, said the federal government is willing to support local manufacturing of solar panels while restricting imports. NAGI highlighted Nigeria's capacity to produce solar panels through the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure. Reacting to this, the RAIN said it understands the intent of the government to promote local manufacturing, strengthen the economy, and ensure energy security, stressing, however, that the government must create an enabling environment for all players. However, the president of RAIN, Mr. Ayo Ademilu, noted in a statement that the government has commendable aspirations which the RAIN wholeheartedly supports. According to him, local capacity could not be achieved overnight if the government fails to address certain challenges and others. Now on the foreign scene, Michelle Obama has spoken out against rumors that her marriage to Barack Obama might be in trouble. The former First Lady has not accompanied her husband to several high-profile events, including Donald Trump's inauguration and the funeral of former President Jimmy Carter, fueling speculation that they might be separating. Without explicitly mentioning these occasions, Mrs. Obama told the Work in Progress podcast that she was now in a position to control her own calendar as a grown woman. She further said that people were not able to believe that she was making a decision for herself and instead had to assume that her and her husband were divorcing. Recalling that Obama celebrated their 32nd anniversary last year in October. Now in the world of sports, South Africa has unveiled a 21-man final squad ahead of this year's Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt. The final squad was announced on South Africa Football Association (SAFA) on X handle on Thursday. Also, the football body listed 4 players on standby. South Africa will take on Nigeria's Flying Eagles, host Egypt and Morocco in Group B. This year's Under-20 AFCON will run from 27th April to 18th of May 2025. Egypt was replaced by Côte d'Ivoire as host of the tournament after the West African country withdrew. The 4 semi-finalists at this year's tournament will qualify for the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile. The young Teranga Lions of Senegal are the defending champions. Now to end the news, a quick recap on our headlines. Oborevwori signs landmark electricity bill and 6 others into law. Okpanam youths, landlords and residents barricade Delta government house over prolonged blackout. Oborevwori assures of safe and secure Delta as he swears in Oseji as new head of service. Ijaw stormed INEC headquarters in Abuja to express gratitude for fair war delineation. On entertainment, NBC bans Idris Abdulkarim's anti-Tinubu song. On the business news, rain kicks as federal government plans solar panels import ban. On the foreign scene, Michelle Obama dismisses divorce rumors. Plus, South Africa unveils final squad ahead of Flying Eagles clash. That ends the news from Mayor Kings TV, as read and edited by Timiela Emanuela. Thanks for watching.